Hey, what's up guys, and remember I won't be posting on Anime King 2 until I get the verification from YouTube, so I'm still waiting for them to review my channel guys, but I'll keep you guys updated and keep you guys informed. If anything, and if I create a new channel, I'll send you guys over there. Thank you for keep on watching and thank you for everything, and I'll be sure to inform you the moment they email me back. But for now, I'm going to be giving you part 18 of What If Naruto Was Trained by the Greats at a Young Age. Remember to get this one to 100 likes as usual, share this to all of your friends in your social media platform, and also go check out the brand new video of What If Naruto Was Blamed and it changed him on this channel guys. So yeah, without further ado, what do you say begin this new episode? Start the intro. So the last time we left off, as Jiraiya and the others were waiting, when Naruto finally showed up. As Jiraiya was actually proud he was happy that Naruto came back, as he smacked him over the head though, and told him not to do something as stupid as that again. But Saisho was standing up for Naruto, as they didn't want to stay out in the open for too long, so they made their way on the ship where Naruto finally gets some rest after eating something. And with that, they continued their journey. 2.5 years passed fully, as we skipped to Konoha. As Teiwai was invited over, it was a surprise birthday party, as all of them had grown in the past 2.5 years. As she and Haku were both Chunins now, and Gabriella is going on to become a Jonin, as she has become impressive with skill, and Kushina had even given her a katana. Yes, and the girl was impressive with it as well, not to mention with her Sharingan. She and Haku has been together for the longest time now, as Teiwai was rather jealous, as she blew out her candles and made her wish. As she headed off rather early, as Haku came over her house, they were best friends. Yes, very good friends, but Teiwai liked him differently. As he wanted to know what her dream was, what did she wish for? As she told him that she wanted him to kiss her, she was surprised. But despite being with Gabriella, he kissed her. As he made her dream come true, but she could see the guilt on his face. He didn't want to do it, as he could see that he loved Gabriella, but it made her happy as she thanked him. As he headed off, he didn't want to stay. At the house, as Gamakichi arrived, as he had a kuna as he gave to Kushina, as Naruto flashed inside. As Kushina rushed over and hugged her baby after not seeing him for 2.5 years, as Hinata was called over as she was happy as she cried in his arms after seeing Naruto. As all of the council, all of them were gathered, as Naruto performed the Harashin by slicing a flower in all of their hands, within seconds, shocking all of them. As Naruto was made Tsunade's successor and one of the elites of the village after all. The ability that he has now and the level that he has, most of the ninjas in the village could not rival him at all. Naruto was so excited that he flashed back to the village as Jiraiya and the others are still making their way back. As his uncle had married 3 girls, uncle being one of them, the craziest one. Yes, so uncle was his aunt now, as they were bringing back the Uzumaki clan for him to have heirs and revitalize the clan. As Naruto spoke and talked to all of his friends, as he catch up with them, as Kiba was talking to him about Teiwai, as he liked her and he was trying to get with her, but well, he was taking advice from a perverted sensei Kakashi, and it wasn't working so far. As Gabriella spoke to her father, as her father wanted to know who she was going to marry, Haku was given the opportunity to remake the Yuki clan inside of Konoha, as her father wanted to know if she was going to take his name or she was going to keep the name. Because if she took his name, she couldn't be clan head anymore. But she didn't know what she was going to do yet, as Haku was also going through the same dilemma, as he didn't know what to do either. But he spoke to Haku and hear what Naruto said about his clan if it was Hinata, as he gave him some sort of idea, as he thanked Naruto. So yeah guys, so it's basically that's what I left off. You guys can touch your cursor page and check out for yourself. So what do you say begin this new episode? It has been 1 week since Naruto arrived. Snazzy, Jiraiya asked, as he was rather nervous as he had come back to the village. Why are we meeting in Envu headquarters? As Snazzy gave him a smile that was too sweet. Well, you know, When I found out that he had taken my godson into a village where people hate him and would kill him on sight, I was very upset with you, angry, livid. No, Snaddy, I can explain. But of course he did learn a lot from traveling with you. Jiraiya released a sigh, so you're not mad at me anymore, right? Well, no, I wouldn't say that. She took something out and placed it on the table. What is a 5-pound bag of salt for? Just big lights on a barrel, she said. Huh? He said, confused. As Snaddy's hand extended as a chakra scalpel appeared on it. Snaddy, what are you doing? He asked. He started to back away. As she gave him that sickly, sweet smile and started to walk towards him. Nothing much. Just your punishment, she said. Fortunately, for all of Konoha, its screams could not be heard through the thick walls. Time skip. As Karen was leaning back on the couch, as she was drinking some champagne, it had taken almost 3 years. But the effort was well done because the day had finally come. As she heard a knock on her penthouse door. May I come in? A voice called her. Of course. It's not locked, said Karen. The door opened up as a man came in, as he had short, blonde hair. As he had on an armor with a golden hawk on it. I just want to inform you in person that the invitation has been sent out to our 5 prospective client. Some or all of them should have their representative here in 2 weeks. Thank you, Lord Taka. How much do you think we will make? Said Karen. Well, from what you're selling the bid in, we'll begin at 100 million Ryu. And where it go from there, I can only guess. After all, you're selling the secrets of Orochimaru. You realize though, that whoever gains this knowledge will become far more powerful. You're likely gonna tip the power balance in the ninja lands. She shrugged. Just as long as I get to be rich, I don't really care, she said. Time skip. Say Naruto, now that you've been designed to be my successor, how would you like to get a taste of what is being Hokage like? Snaddy said a smile, really, said Naruto, as he did not notice how sweet the smile was. Too sweet, in fact. Oh, absolutely, now that you're recognized as my successor, I can train you and give you some experience in the job. You're even allowed to perform as active Hokage for a certain task. As Naruto's eyes lit up, he saw himself wearing Hokage robes, as he was speaking to a room of clan heads. Their attention wrapped around his every word. That would be wonderful, godmother. Thank you so much. Snaddy chuckled in her head. Don't mention Naruto. So why don't you come by the tower at 7 AM and we'll get started, okay? I'll be there, said Naruto. Time skip. Teiwai was lying on her couch as she was relaxing. She was listening to some music. It had been a weird day. She spent a couple of hours with her team on a minor C rank. The mission itself wasn't really bad. What was odd though was the way that Gabriel and Haku were related to each other. Their usual close bond had been completely missing today. When they talked, it was strained, like they were forcing it. And also she didn't see them holding hands, not even once. Something was going on between those two. But her peace of mind was disturbed as she heard crashes. She then heard a bunch of shouts from her neighbors. What the hell are you doing? I'm calling the military police. People are trying to get some rest here. Take your big dog and get out of here. Big dog? No, it can't be. It cannot goddamn be, said Teiwaya, as she made her way towards her window. There in the courtyard, as Kiba was sitting, as he had set up an entire drum kit, as he was playing a love song on his drums. He was actually not too bad, but the effect was lost. After all, playing the drums was not meant to be played like that. Kiba, what the hell are you doing? She shouted. Hey Teiwaya, I've come to serenade you, he said. What? I've come to serenade you, he said once again, as she noticed her neighbors glaring at her. Well, don't. Will you go out with me, he said. No, I will not go out with you. Now get out of here and stop bothering me. He simply started to play the drums again. What the hell are you doing? I'm going to keep serenading you until you agree to go out and date with me. Like hell you are, she said. She went back inside. As she came back to the window and tossed something towards him. Kiba's eyes widened. Move, Akamaru! As she fired down explosive notes at kunais. As they exploded. Don't come back, you mutt, and take your dog with you. You're beautiful when you're angry, Kiba shouted as he was rushing on Akamaru's back. Time skip as Naruto was in the office as he was eager. As Snaddy was standing with him as Shizune came inside, holding a stack of paper that you couldn't even see her face. Here are your morning reports that you need to sign and stamp, Lady Snaddy. No slacking off or you will not have any time to get for lunch. As Naruto blinked. Oh, I'm sorry, Shizune. Today Naruto is going to be standing in for me. He will be acting Hokage for the day. As Shizune placed on the large stack of papers. What are all of these? Said Naruto. Shizune looked over. You're not trying to lay all of your work on Naruto, are you? No, of course not. How can you even think that? I'm just trying to get him a little experience. As she went to the side desk and pulled out a small rubber stamp and an ink pad. Know all of these. Want your signature and your stamp. Shizune will answer all your questions and show you what to do. See you later. Hey, where are you going, said Naruto? Probably back to bed. It's been a while since I have a day off. I'll come back at 7 when you're probably done, she said. Shizune will know how to contact me if there's an emergency. But only if there's an emergency, she said. Shizune sighed as Snaddy left. I'm sorry about this, Naruto, but we really need all of this to be put through before they can be parted off. I really have to go through all of these, said Naruto. Yes, and there are 5 more stacks. And you also have appointments in the afternoon, so you need to get them done before the afternoon. Oh, I see, said Naruto. Do you suppose that a huge disaster would happen that would require the Hokage to risk his life for the villager to ask? I doubt it, but we can always hope, said Shizune. Well, I've always said I've sacrificed myself for the village in time, said Naruto, as he took the first paper and looked over it, as he gulped. Time skip. It was now 12:30 as the fire daimyo wife was looking across from Naruto. They were both sipping teas and eating cookies, as Shizune had explained to him that the Hokage's duty was to maintain a good term relationship between foreign delegates. It's wonderful that you're going to be the next Hokage. I can still remember what a polite young man you were when you brought back my sweet Tora to me. I just know that you will do a fine job. You know, I remember when your father was Hokage. He was a very polite boy as well, and always filled with good humor. Of course, Naruto was also a fine Hokage as well, don't get me wrong. He was a bit more formal, but very polite. You know, I remember. As Naruto nodded, since coming here he has probably said about 2 words. Yes, and for the entire time being here, he's probably gonna say about 12 words. Time skip, it was now 2 o'clock. I want a real mission. I am tired of D-rank, said Konohamaru. A flustered Ebisu waved his arms around. Please forgive my honorable student disgrace behavior, Naruto-sama. Konohamaru stopped this, Iruka said. You know that you're not experienced or anything else above D ranks. Oh really, said Naruto. And why do you deserve something above D rank? Because me and my team have awesome ninja skills, and we can handle a real mission. You really think you have great ninja skills? Of course we do. Alright, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give you and your team a test. If you pass it, I'll assign you guys a C-rank mission. But if you fail, you cannot ask for another higher rank mission until at least till a month. Deal? It's a deal, Konohamaru said. What's the test? You must go to Ichiraku Ramen's and return with 5 bowls of miso ramen in 10 minutes. Starting now. As the 3 of them rushed out the room, Ebisu, Shizune and Iruka looked at Naruto. What? Naruto, what are you thinking? Asked Iruka. I'm thinking I skip lunch and cookies and tea aren't enough to fill me up. But what happens if they get back here in time? Asked Shizune. Relax, said Naruto as he pulled out a piece of paper. There's a C rank to escort a caravan with building supplies to a town 50 miles away from here. It's as basic and simple as C rank you'll ever find. And they've done 45 D ranks. They're ready, said Naruto. Time skip. It was now 3:30. Well, it's really troublesome, but I'm here to give my monthly progress report on the student exams, said Shikamaru. Are we hosting those again, said Naruto. Yes, in just another month and a half, said Shikamaru. Well, hopefully, these will go a bit smoother than the last one, said Naruto. You know, that's not exactly setting the bar very high. As long as we don't get invaded again, I'll be happy. So how are you and Temari, Naruto asked. Shikamaru quirked the eyebrow. Don't you want to hear about the preparation for the exam? Are there any major problems, Naruto asked. No, said Shikamaru. Fine then, that's all I need to hear. So, how are you and Temari? Shikamaru smirked a bit. She's a very troublesome woman, and she keep on turning my life upside down. Huh, sounds like you're in love, said Naruto. Shikamaru sighed as he looked through the window. I'm afraid so, he said. Time skip. It was now 6:30. Jiraiya jumped through the window. Naruto, what are you doing here? Oh hey, perfect granddad. The Hokage. Let me spend the day doing her job. So let me guess, she was way behind her paperwork, and she got you to do it for her. Yeah, said Naruto. Hey, why is your right arm covered in bandages? Oh, that's to give the skin graft a chance to heal. Skin graft? Did you get wounded? You might say that. Does Godmother know, said Naruto. Oh yeah, she knows. By the way, don't really make her too angry. Okay, said Naruto. Anyway, I come by here to give her some news. It's something top secret that only she can hear, said Naruto. I best give it to her, and she can share it if she thinks it's a good idea. Time skip, as it was now 7 o'clock, as Natty came back to her office, as she was smelling of sick. Well, Naruto, how did you enjoy your first day as being Hokage? Well, it's not what I expected. I managed to get all the paperwork done though. Was this a normal day for you? Well, it may have been a bit heavy on the paperwork side, but otherwise, yes. You know, I remember you and the third always complain about paperwork, but somehow I didn't really think of it. No one ever does. Believe me, when I first take over, it took me as a shock to how much time I spent chained to my decks. So that is why you had me standing for you, doing all your work, while you went out drinking. Well, that was partly it, she said. I also wanted to get a sense of what it was like being the Hokage. I don't plan on retiring for a few more years, but I want you to understand what the job really is. 99% of the time this village runs smoothly, and you don't really have anything else to do. It is that 1 other percent where you truly earn your pay. When things do not run smoothly and the line is in crisis, it will be your responsibility to set things right. If you're Hokage, you must always do what is best for Konoha, even if it means putting your people in danger. Like you did during the invasions in Naruto. That's right, she said. Speaking of danger, as Jiraiya popped through the window. What do you want? Asked Natty with a frown. This for you, as he handed her a sealed envelope. It was delivered by a special messenger to one of my agents. Snatty opened the letter and started to read it. As her frown deepened. Naruto. Yes, he said. You know I was talking about the 1% of the time. When as Hokage you have to make hard decisions. Is this one of those times? I'm afraid so. Shizune. Shizune came in. Yes, Lady Snatty? Please contact Kakashi, Hinata, and Kiba, and have them all report here. As she looked at Naruto and Jiraiya. You two stay as well. I'm afraid your work day is not over yet, Naruto. Time skip. We are invited to send 4 representatives to the island of Tuokato to participate in open bidding for the secrets of Orochimaru. Her seal. Snatty read out the letter. Participants must arrive by midnight and have in their possession a sum of 100 Ryu in cash, along with a signed letter of granting them as a representative from behalf of their Hokage and the village of Konoha. The bidding shall take place on the 3rd. The party must hand over the 100 million Ryu as a good sign of faith. The sum will be returned once the full amount of winning bid has been received. The rules shall be in full force. Respectfully, Lord Taka. Lord Taka and the Isle Exchange, said Jiraiya. This should be interesting. Who is this Taka and what is this Isle of Exchange, said Kiba. Lord Taka rules the Isle of Exchange. There's an island about 1200 miles off the coast. It's basically its own private little kingdom. It's quite beautiful, said Snatty. Beautiful casinos. Yeah, along with a whole lot of banks, and his own private police force, and a loyal ninja, and a navy. So he's a casino owner and banker, said Kiba. In part, said Kakashi. What he mostly is a middleman. He arranged for exchanges, and he grants security to the person for a sum of money. He sounds like a criminal, said Kiba. Oh, he is, said Jiraiya. But he's also lord over all these surveys, and a very powerful businessman. Sounds like Gato, said Naruto. Well, the important thing is he's very powerful, and we have to deal with him carefully. If this letter is true, and the secrets of the curse mark are out there, we have to stop our enemies from acquiring it. As Snatty Science shook her head, how do I explain taking 100 million for you out of circularization? We're actually gonna bring that much cash with us, said Naruto. I'm afraid you'll have to, said Kakashi. There's no way to get onto the island without providing it. He's right. Kakashi, Naruto, Hinata, Kiba. I am reactivating your squad under the new title of Team Kakashi. You're being assigned an S-rank mission. Go to the island and determine if the information on the cursed seal is really there. If it is, then I want that information destroyed at all costs. What if we're able to retrieve it, asked Kakashi. I don't want it, said Snatty. I've seen what it does to the ninjas that is inflicted on. I'm declaring it to be a forbidden jutsu, and I want all information on it destroyed. Is that clear? They all nodded. And one more thing, you're leaving with a large sum of money. Make sure it's come back with you. Also keep in mind there will be other beaters out there, so watch out for them as well, said Jiraiya. Time skip. The Tsuchikage waited as his servant entered his study. Yes, Tsuchikage-sama, Takia bowed to his lord. We have an opportunity to acquire a great new weapon. As he handed Takia the letter that he just received. Select 3 of your best men and sail to the island. And acquire the secrets of Orochimaru for the hidden stone. Steal them if you can, buy them if you must. No price is too high, but we must have this new power, whatever the cost. I understand, Tsuchikage-sama. Takia. Yes, my lord. Do not fail me. I understand, my lord. Meanwhile, what is it? You know I hate waiting. The leader, ignore his tone. You and your partner are leaving for the island of Toria. Why? Are you sending us on a little holiday? No. Lord Taka somehow acquired the Secrets of the Cursed Seal. As Orochimaru was once your partner, I thought you might want to clean up this mess of his. A final mess. Huh, that traitor has been dead for years now, and he's still causing trouble, said Sorcery. The Cursed Seal might cause unexpected complications later. Go there, and destroy all traits of it, said Pain. That could be rather messy. Use your best judgment how to go about it, but I want none of this to remain. I understand, said Sorcery. Deidara will probably make a show out of it. Time skip. Another extract mission, said Kushina, clearly unhappy with the news. I was hoping that you would get some time to be in the village again. You've been home. Little over a weekend, Snaddy has already got you on a dangerous extract mission. Come on, Mom. I mean, what kind of other mission would she give me? You know, son, there's nothing wrong going on a mission that doesn't put your life in jeopardy. I'll be fine, and I'm going with my old team, so you know, things will be alright, said Naruto. Besides, with all my new abilities, I can take on anyone, he said. Naruto-kun, that's a very dangerous attitude for you to have. It's true you've grown much more powerful, but that is nowhere near the same thing as being invincible. Confidence is a good thing, but arrogance is a dangerous thing. And I don't want you to head that direction. I'll be fine, Mom, said Naruto. After all, I'm not Hokage yet, he said. Time skip. As they were all at the gates, before we go, I have a present for all of you, said Naruto. As he reached into his pouch. This is your idea of a present, Naruto. I hate to tell you this, but your taste in, well, present sucks. Kiba, be nice, Nina said. Kakashi took the kunai. I haven't seen one of these in 15 years, Naruto. You really mastered that jutsu, haven't you? I have, but it's supposed to be a secret for now. Only my godmother, Jiraiya, and my grand-uncle and council know about it, said Naruto, and Yamato. She won't keep that secret for as long as possible. I can certainly understand why, Kakashi, as he put the kunai away. Hey, what are you guys talking about, asked Kiba. Well, eventually you will see, don't worry about it, said Kakashi, as he pulled out his book. Oh, that reminds me, as Naruto went through his pouch again, I got another gift for you. As he looked towards Kakashi, here it is. Kakashi's hands started to tremble. Naruto, that is... Yep, it's perfect granddad newest edition, said Naruto. It has even been signed and won't be in stores for another month. As Kakashi slowly opened the page, it even had that new book smell. Naruto, have I ever told you you're my favorite student? Hey, said Kiba, as Akamaru barked. Time skip, it took them 3 days to reach the coast. As there was a yacht waiting for them. As it brought them, it took 4 days to reach the island, as he had some time. I see your 5 million, I raise you 10 million more, said Naruto. Oh yeah, said Kiba as he shoved everything in. Well, I'm all in. Fine, said Naruto, as he pushed in his as well. Let's see them. I got a pair of 8, said Kiba. Not good. I have 3/4, said Naruto, as he piled up the cash. So, wanna split it up and play again? Sure, why not? Time skip. Hinata and Naruto was alone in the cabin. Naruto-kun, she said. Oh, come on, Hinata-chan, he said. Please, as he gave her the puppy dog eyes. Your hands don't get to go there until I'm your wife. But that is not for a whole year, he said. Sorry, Naruto-kun, but I'm just not that kind of girl. As she leaned in and kissed him again. Once we're married though, we can do all sorts of things. Hey, maybe we can get married while we're on the island. She laughed and kissed him again. Time skip. Kiba, what are you doing? What, he said. Why are you on the floor, rolling around in the money, she asked. Well, when am I ever gonna do this again? Kakashi sighed. Put the money away, Kiba. As when they were close, they saw one of Taka's gunship. As the thing had a large cannon on the back. One of those cannons can blow us out of the water at about 300 yards. They're the most powerful afloat. It doesn't look that impressive, said Naruto. Well, it is, said Kakashi. Huh, with my lightning fang, I can tear right through it, said Kiba. Only if you get close enough to use your jutsu, Kakashi said, as he shut his book. Alright, we'll be docking in less than an hour. It's time for us to go over the rules of that place. Since we'll be in a foreign country, we will be expecting to follow them. First off, the ninjas in the island are considered the police force and judge and jury. They can kill anyone anytime. What, said Kiba. Like our own envoy, said Kakashi. They consider themselves to be the personal weapons of Taka, and they are laws unto themselves. They have the right to kill anyone without fear of repercussion. A few minor lords have discovered this to their sorrow. How can they do that, said Naruto? Kill someone for no reason. Oh, they have reason, and so long as their lords approve, they don't have to worry about the law. On the island, Lord Taka is the law. Now with that in mind, there are certain rules that we need to follow. Breaking any of these rules may lead us getting attacked. And what are these rules, said Naruto? First off, illusion jutsus are forbidden. That means no genjutsu, no transformation. They don't like people being disguised. So they kill you for having a henge, said Naruto. Kakashi nodded. They're very serious about knowing who's on their island. Secondly, or not to attack any of Loritaka people or any of our competitors for any reason. Other than that, there's not too much you can't do on the island. It's a place of business but also a legendary playground for those who can afford it. Gambling, prostitutions, and drug use are all legal there. Wait, is there a drinking age? Asked Kiba. No, said Kakashi. But we'll need to keep our wits about us at all times. So do not get yourself in a drunken stupor. 2 more gunships came to view and 2 more vessels as they approached the island. As one of the boats had the flag of the rock village, while the other one lacked any insignia. Looks like our competition, said Naruto. Damn rock ninjas. I wonder who the other ones are, said Kiba. Likely representatives of one of the other great powers. I doubt Lord Taka would contact the other villages. They don't have the resources, said Kakashi. Do keep in mind though, that we may have more competition waiting for us. It was not long before the island came to view. The island was not really a large place. A strip of rock only a few feet above the ocean, about 3 miles long and about half mile wide, as buildings were filling the place. The most important buildings, government office, private palaces, banks and casinos, and hotels had been built from pristine white marble. In the sunlight, it was almost like they're shining. The rest of them seemed rather tiny and just put together by bricks and boards, whatever was available. It wasn't hard to see where the money was going. Many ships started to turn and dock. Their yacht was tied to the dock, and Team Kakashi started to exit. As Kiba, Raidak marked the chest, other delegates also came from their boats to chest as well. As Naruto saw 4 stone ninjas, he didn't recognize them. As 2 ninja came out from the ships with black cloaks, red clothes on them, a blonde, and one of them that looked rather hunched down with black hair. The Akatsuki. As Naruto reached for his sword, Naruto, no, said Kakashi. This isn't Konoha. You can't attack them. The commotion didn't go unnoticed as the 2 Akatsuki members approached him. Yeah, is there a problem here? Asked Deidara. You're with Akatsuki, said Naruto. You work with that traitor Itachi. Itachi Uchiha is a member of our organization, Sasori said. Why does that concern you? No reason, Kakashi. As he looked at Naruto, trying to make him stay quiet. But Naruto was looking at him. Itachi has come after me. The next time he does, I'm gonna kill him instead of taking his arm. Kakashi groaned and Snit and Kiba both looked worried. As Sasori narrowed his eyes towards Naruto. As he looked towards Naruto's right hand, as he saw Itachi's ring. I see, so you're the Kyuubi. I am not the Kyuubi, said Naruto. I am Naruto Namikaze, future Hokage of Konoha. Our interest in you has nothing to do with the office of Hokage. The concern of Akatsuki begins and ends with the 9 demon fox you currently possess inside of you. Maybe we'll have time for a little side project, said Deidara. Sasori looked towards him. Our assignment does not involve retrieving the 9 tails. I have no intention of doing Itachi work for him. As he started to walk off, Deidara shook as he walked off as well. As the stone ninjas were glaring at Naruto, but they walked off. Naruto said, Kakashi, why did you feel a need to tell them who you are? Kakashi knew that they would have found out regardless, but there was no need to tell them. I hate those bastards and want them to know it, said Naruto. Hate them by all means, but you should have done so silently. Especially since we cannot fight them here. No need to worry, Sensei, I can handle them if I have to. Naruto, I realize you're a lot stronger now, particularly if you know that jutsu, but you need to watch this tendency you have of showing off. If you're not careful, you will bite off more than you can chew. Don't worry, I can deal with anything that comes my way, said Naruto. Time skip, as Taka was waiting with his ninjas, around 50 of them. The monies were counted and letters of authorization were confirmed. As champagne was produced, I welcome all of you to my home, and enjoy yourself, as long as you don't break any of my laws. I have arranged suites for all of you and entrust that you will all enjoy yourself here. The bidding shall take place at noon in the grand hall of my palace. Until then, room, enjoy yourself. As they enter the room that you're supposed to go in. Wow, this is nice, said Naruto. As Hinata looked around. Do you want to do anything tonight? As Naruto sent her a look. Not that, she said. You know, there's been something I want to do, said Naruto. What is that? I always want to enter a casino with a beautiful woman on my arm, said Naruto. As he extended his arm. That sounds like it might be fun, Naruto-kun. Meanwhile, what do we do about the Namikaze? One of the stone ninja Anbu asked. Nothing. Takia said. Nothing? Takia nodded. We will not jeopardize our current mission to pursue revenge on him. But Takia gave his man a sharp look. We will do nothing that pushes mission in jeopardy. Is that clear? As they nodded. Meanwhile, Sasori was currently in a projection jutsu. As he opened his eyes, as he was in an open road somewhere. Itachi stopped and looked at the image in surprise. Yes, what is it that you want? Oh, I have some information that you might find rather interesting. Time skip, this feels weird, said Naruto. Hinata smiled. Don't worry, Naruto-kun. You look very handsome. It's just strange not wearing my body armor or having my sword, said Naruto. As they went on a small shopping trip. As he was dressed in a white suit and she was dressed in a black gown. He still had his radio communicator and they both have a few kunai on them, just in case. Konoha and none of these casinos or anything similar. As they enter into a massive hall. As the light was almost overwhelming the people, there were a lot of them. As some of them turned towards the door. People are looking at us, said Hinata. Well, they're just jealous of the beautiful girl in my arms, said Naruto. As that made her blush and smile. Come on, he said. As they made their way into the crowd. Time skip. That's a very interesting offer, but I'm afraid I have to decline it, Taka said. As Takia set his glass down. May I ask why? I would think my offer be an excellent one. 200 million Ryu for the secrets that you possess. Surely, you do not expect me more than that. But that is the wonderful thing about the open market. Only when something is made public, that you can learn what it is truly worth. Takia shook his head. The Akatsuki are criminals, and they have not come here to bargain in good faith. As for the group from Konoha, you surely realize that the Namikaze being here is no accident. Their Hokage plan to take the secrets by force. That is if they're not stolen by the Akatsuki first. Taka took another step. I have over 100 ninja here to protect what is mine. As the stone ninja started to laugh. As Taka looked towards him, have I said something funny? You have never dealt with S-rank ninja before, have you? I met Tsunade once, before she became Hokage. She ran up a 6-figure bill, and it was paid in full. Well, she did take a while, but it was never skipped out, said Taka. Well, Tsunade was inactive back then, and trying to avoid trouble. That doesn't mean that the 3 S-rank ninjas that you have in your company presence are going to do the same thing. I haven't seen both Naruto and Deidara in action, believe me. 100 of your ninjas are not enough for them. Your best course of action would be to allow me to accept the information and for me to depart immediately. Once they realize you no longer possess it, you'll be safe. Taka shook his head. My dear sir, I have dealt with powerful men before. Powerful ninjas, powerful politics. I am going to assure you, I'll be just fine. Takia shook his head. You have no idea. Well, I have made my offer to you. Should you change your mind, contact me at any time. As Taka waited as his guest was escorted away. You can come out now, he said. A nervous Karen strode out. You turned him down. What's wrong with you? We will get more if we leave everything up to option. Trust me, girl. After my time with Orochimaru, I know how dangerous powerful ninjas can be. If there are 3 S-rank ninjas here, I want no part of it. I didn't risk my life to escape Orochimaru just to get killed now. I say accept the offer. No, said Taka. Do not forget that it was I who funded your research. For you to create a viable cursed seal without the use of Orochimaru DNA. We are equal partners in this matter, and I say that we shall go ahead. Aren't you worried what they might end up doing? Asked Karen. I have dealt with ninja before, he waved the problem away. As Karen frowned, she nearly died once before, and she had no intention of risking her life again. I want out, she said. Now, when you're about to receive a massive fortune, you can't spend if you're dead. Pay for my share and let me get the hell out of here. You can do whatever you want with the information. Very well. I'll give you 5 million, you can leave if you like. 5? Who the hell you're trying to fool? You just had an offer for 200, that means my share is 100 million. There are always heavy penalties when you try to catch the investment before the date. If you want the full value, you have to remain until the auction is complete. The question is, just how badly do you wish to leave before that time? She seriously thought about staying. This is her life work after all. And not too many people walk away from this. But her instinct was telling her to run, and so far, her instinct has been right. 5 million was a lot of money, and could live a good life off of that. As Carrie nodded, as she made her decision, alright. As Taka grinned, he never thought that she was a sucker, but she was. She wasn't her weak nerves scared her. But that was fine, all the more for him. Time skip, as Hinata came back from the bathroom, as she saw Naruto as the only one left at the table. As it seemed like his true calling was to be a gambler. After all, he has won over 20,000 Ryu, as he brought money with him as well. And he won in gambling a lot. As he was talking to a man named Stalos, a red-headed man. Hinata didn't know why, but that guy gave her some creepy vibes. But at least he was gone right now. As with that, they went dancing. Meanwhile they were dancing, the person in the corner was watching them, as he was none other than Sorcery. He wasn't able to get anything useful out of the blonde, But still, he already gave Itachi the information. The next morning, as Naruto and Hinata were still sleeping, Kiba was out cold. It seems like he went a bit overboard last night, as he never was allowed to drink so freely in Konoha, yes. So here he was able to drink freely. And he went a bit crazy. He would be regretting that very soon, as Kakashi had made his way, as he was currently at a cafe, reading his book. "Mind if I join you?" said a voice, as Kakashi already felt the powerful chakra. As Kakashi closed his book, "Please do," he said. "You know, if you were to attack me in public, it would be a capital offense." As Deidara sit down, "Yeah, too bad. I would have made your death a true work of art. I trust you also know that all of us are being watched," said Kakashi. "Well, unless you have every table in the space bug, we can talk for a bit." "So what do you want to talk about?" said Kakashi. "Well, you and your team need to get out of here." "Well, I have to say that is the politest threat I ever received, but I'm afraid our orders are quite clear. We will not allow the cursed seal to fall in your hands or anyone else." "Why the hell would you want something like that?" "The disgusting sneak, his experiments. It figures that you leave ninjas want it. We don't want it, but we won't let it fall into anyone's hands." "Yeah, you really think I'm going to believe you leave ninjas don't want something that are going to make you powerful? Not when that power comes at the cost of your sanity. Not to mention it also killed over 90%. And you expect me to believe a terrorist when he said the criminal organization has no interest in it? Well, the fact is we don't. What we do have an interest in is in the health of the Kyuubi. His name is Naruto. Do not call him the Kyuubi." "Yeah, whatever. The thing is we need Naruto to stay alive until we can harvest him." Kakashi looked at him with a stern look. "Harvest him?" "Yeah, we're going to yank the Kyuubi right out of him, which is going to kill him, of course. We have planned for his chakra and all the chakra of the Bijous after all." "What sort of plan?" "I'm not that stupid to tell you, you know that, right?" But actually, he did not know what his leader had in mind. "But for right now, we have some common goals, you see. Don't go to the auction tomorrow. I'm gonna make it a real work of art." Time skip. "Are you crazy? You expect us to trust these bastards, brother?" "We're not gonna trust them blindly," Kakashi said as he looked over the book. "We will make sure their intention is to really destroy the information rather than steal it. However, if that is what they have in mind, we won't interfere." "Pardon me, Kakashi-sensei, but what if Naruto-kun is right, Hinata? How can we work with them when we know what they want to do with Naruto-kun?" "Hinata, I'm not saying that they are the enemy, but our goals are similar, and we're not going to trust them one bit. I have a plan. Now here's what I have in mind." As the time came, as Taka had his men around him, 50 of his security ready for anything. Gentlemen, I thank you for your interest in the item I have available today. Your presence here speaks of your wisdom and resources. The village of Lightning and Mist were asked to come, but they declined it. Surely your foresight will be well seen in the future. After all, you're the smartest one of the bunch. Enough. I detest being kept waiting, said Sorcery. We all know the reason why we're here. Let us begin. As Taka saw them nodded, so he reached in a pouch, as there was a plastic disc inside. This, gentlemen's, contained all the information regarding Orochimaru curse seal, including a method of creating a curse seal without Orochimaru involvement. Whoever is a high bidder shall win for their organization or their village a new source of power, and the knowledge will be theirs exclusively. How are we to be so sure of that, asked Sorcery. Gentlemen, said Taka, my reputation should be all the proof you so seek. I am well aware of the value of security and privacy. Besides this disc in my hand, the information is kept in the computer system in the palace. It exists nowhere else. Once the bid is over and I hand this to you, the palace computer will be wiped clean to ensure your privacy. I think he's telling the truth, said Kakashi. Yeah, me too, said Deidara. In that case, can we finally agree to begin this already? Takia asked. Yes, let us begin. As Sorcerer then turned, do not keep me waiting, he said, as his body turned into sand and spread out all the floor. Naruto, said Kakashi. Right, said Naruto, as Naruto poofed away. On the yacht, as the real Naruto and Kakashi was there with their team. I'll be right back, said Naruto as he vanished in a flash. Captain, we're ready to go now, said Kakashi. Yes sir, the man said, as the engine started to come to life. Back inside, what is the meaning of this? As Taka waved his hand as 50 ninjas closing around them. I told you to accept my offer, Takia said. Deidara changed into great clay. Oh yeah? Let me show all of you that my art is an explosion! Boom, he exploded. Back on the ship as Naruto arrived. How did it go? Pretty much as you expected, brother. The chest was in a vault somewhere, and since I put my sealing tag on it, it took me straight to it, said Naruto. Well, it looks like they really wanted the information destroyed, said Kakashi. I guess so, said Naruto. Well, I still don't trust them. Neither do I. Naruto? Where's the chest? Asked Kiba. Naruto pulled out a scroll and spread it on the floor. As 3 chests came into view. Wait, 3? As Naruto started to laugh. As Kakashi started to laugh as well. You've just done the village quite a service, Naruto. Suddenly, something smashed in the water, raising it high. We have a problem, the captain said. One of the gunships has started to fire on us. The palace, that had been marvelous a moment ago, was only a smoking crater now, as Deidara was standing on top of his large bird. Yeah, come on, Master Sorcery. Would you finally admit the wonder of my art? You are a child that just likes simple, momentary thrills, said Sorcery behind him. True art is something that lasts forever, something to be ever enjoyed. As Deidara placed his hands into his pouch. As 5 clay birds were creating each palms, he threw them down as they expand and threw and speed down towards the palace that remained. What are you doing, said Sorcery. The place still needs more art, said Deidara. Cats! As they exploded, tearing down every building nearby. You really are a child. As he saw the gunship start to point at the yacht that was leaving, it seems we have to intervene to save the Kyuubi. But then they saw something stirring under the water a few seconds earlier. If you're going to do something, do it now, the captain said as the gunship started to point towards them and fire off even more as he tried to steer out of them, but they were coming too fast. Naruto, are you sure your jutsu can deal with this? Probably, said Naruto. Probably, said Kakashi. Well, I've never actually used it before, said Naruto. What? Oh, come on, have faith in your future Hokage. As he beat his finger as he went through hand sign. Summoning of the Kraken, he said. The ocean started to vibrate dangerously as everyone watched as tentacles exploded out of the water. They were massive. The gunship started to fire at the tentacles as blood started to run down, but it was barely. As the tentacles started to go wild and smash everything around. As the most powerful ships in the world were crushed like empty soda cans. As they wrapped up and squeezed and broke apart. A few sailors got in the way and were swimming away. But the Kraken pulled them down into the water. As one of the gunship was trying to get away, but it was grabbed. As the Kraken came out from underneath the water. A single yellow eye rose above the sea with a massive mouth that ripped into his ship. The thing looked towards Naruto. As Naruto felt like this thing was going to kill him as well, the way it looked at him. It seems like, well, he can summon it to use it, but it destroyed everything around. Naruto-kun, that's enough. Stop it, said Hinata. As Naruto ended the jutsu, as the thing suddenly disappeared. Whoa, that was impressive, said Deidara. It's a shame. I would love to hollow him out and make him a puppet. You can always keep him as a souvenir if you want. They got back as the trip was uneventful. As they got back to dry land, they were happy about that. As they stopped at a hotel for the night. As Naruto was awoken by a phone ringing. As he answered it. As the receptionist told him that there was an envoy here. Envoy messenger. A special message for him. As he got his things. A special message for him was just something that his godmother wanted him to do. Something that only he can do. As he got the message from the receptionist as he made his way. As he saw the envoy on the rooftop waiting. So what? Naruto stopped. You, he said. As he felt the chakra. Too late, Naruto-kun. As red eyes locked onto his blue ones. But guys, be in subscribe right here. If you want the next part of it, know to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. Remember to share to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also guys, go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto Was Blamed and It Changed Him, guys. And also, remember I won't be posting What Ifs over an Anime King too. But don't worry guys, I'll be keeping you informed. If anything happens or anything change, I'll be informing you. And if I'm going to be making a new channel, I'll be informing you guys to go over there guys. So just thank you for the continuous support. And I just want to say thanks, yeah guys. I'll be informing you tomorrow and see what is going on. But for now, I'm out of here. See you guys soon. Peace.